Welcome back, y'all. Welcome to La Vida Rosa. I'm your host, Pinky, and today we're going to be talking about Married at First Sight, okay? Before we begin, I would like for everyone to check out my website, La Vida Rosa Style, where I sell cute earrings like the ones I'm wearing right now. So if you'd like to see more, the link is down below. Like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into this thing. Okay, so I did a video on Married at First Sight. I did not expect to get as much feedback, and people really loved it. I just really didn't even expect all of that, to be honest. And a lot of people wanted me to do more reviews of each episode. I don't see myself doing a review for each episode because I feel like each episode don't deserve a review. But these past 2 episodes, I feel like I could compile enough to talk about because there is something to talk about, okay? Of course, we're going to dive into this Luke and Kate situation, and I'm going to get into some conspiracies that y'all left on my last video. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it because a lot of people have some conspiracies on why he's on this show or why he even did this, and I thought it was very interesting. AJ and Stephanie. AJ is continuing to, I don't know if I should say lash out, or I don't know. It's like he has these angry spurts, and I feel like when that angriness comes out, I feel like it's something that he's pressing and holding down within himself. I feel like he needs to deal with whatever that is that he's suppressing and covering up with laughter and humor, because his jovial attitude is not genuine and we all can see it. I'm just gonna go ahead and just talk about their part of the trip, because he was so mad that they were not spending alone time, that they were all going to be staying together. And I'm sure all of them thought they were going to be spending some alone time, but once you realize that you're not, you should be able to get over that pretty fast. Like, I don't think you should still be angry and upset and going off. Like, I'm sure everybody was a little bit disappointed, but the fact that you were just trying to keep it going, keep that negative energy going, everybody was trying to have a good time, make the best of it, and here you are, Debbie Downer, you know, just talking about, just being negative about the whole experience. So Stephanie tries to placate to his emotions as much as she can, but it's like there's only so much you can do. I just don't see their relationship lasting with him lashing out the way he does. And, you know, eventually that's going to turn on her. Like, he's blaming it on production and things like that right now because, you know, that's an easy scapegoat. But let's see when these cameras and stuff are gone, like, are you going to continue to lash out, and is it going to be on Stephanie next? Now we're going to move on to Keith and Christine, which are my favorites. I'm going to go ahead and say that. I just feel like they are treating this experiment the way it should be treated. Like, Keith came into this and didn't really have all the skills that he needed as a husband. But as time goes on, he's very willing to compromise and learn how to be a good husband. And for example, I mean, and really the main example that we're seeing is with his cooking. But I thought it was a huge deal that he went from someone who was pampered and, you know, taken care of by his grandmother to now he's actually making an effort to learn how to cook, and he wants to please Jasmine as far as cooking and just being the husband that she wants. I feel like he actually does want to be that for her. Christine, I feel like she actually does really care for him, and I think she's willing to be patient and to actually, you know, help him become that husband that he can be. And it's just so nice to see them, you know, fall in love, because I think that's what we're seeing here. We're seeing them fall in love, and they're obviously so comfortable with each other. And I like the fact that I feel like Christine initiates it a lot, but they're open with communicating, and she doesn't hold anything back the way I feel Stephanie does. She actually puts it all out there, and I feel like that has tremendously helped them grow and move forward. And I feel like, you know, a lot of people are saying they're a mismatch, but Keith is going to be a doctor. Ain't he gonna be a doctor or something like that? Keith is working hard to be a doctor or medical professional, and I feel like that is a good match for Christine, who is trying to be a real estate titan. You know, whatever it is she's trying to do, she's working hard to get there as well. I feel like that's a good match. He's not there yet, but I feel like she's willing to compromise and work with him until he gets there. I agree with her. They probably shouldn't have kids until they get to that point, but they're still young. They have time to do that. And I actually see them working out. They might not, but let's pray that they will, because I see, you know, I see all the potential. Let's move on to Will and Jasmine. I hate to say it because I didn't want it to go this way, but, and a lot of you mentioned this in my last video, Will just doesn't seem like he's attracted to Jasmine. And I don't think it's a physical thing at all, because I think when he first saw her, we all saw that he was happy with what he saw. Like, he was physically attracted to her. But it's Jasmine's attitude, because I don't think that she's not intellectual. I think she can be, but it's her attitude. Her attitude comes off as childish. She's very rigid when it comes to what she wants. She's not willing to compromise. And I don't know. I feel like that's off-putting to Will. You're very naggy and you want it your way and you're not willing to compromise. And Will is just like, you know, I feel like he's checked out. Like, the way he just talks to her, it doesn't have any compassion in it. It's very straightforward. It can be very harsh. And I feel like he be trying to bring her back to earth sometimes. And sometimes I feel like he's just checked out. So with the whole situation with her trying to dress seductively and, you know, create an atmosphere where they can become more intimate, I ain't gonna lie, I would have felt some type of way if I were to put on this seductive outfit and you didn't have a big reaction. You need to have a huge reaction. You need to be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? You need to be, look at you, okay? You know what I'm saying? You need to be a little riled up. I just felt like he should have been a little bit riled up, and he wasn't. And it was just like, okay. But then again, he is a laid-back person. Maybe, you know, maybe what he said was enough. I don't know. It wasn't enough for me because I don't even remember what he said. And, you know, she did her best to have an intellectual conversation. Jasmine was just trying too hard to make them have chemistry, and you can't force chemistry. And then the whole kissing exercise, ooh, that was extra cringy. Like, I would hate to be forced into kissing someone, because of course it's going to be awkward. I mean, kisses are supposed to be spontaneous. You can't force somebody into doing it. And then right afterwards, so how was it? He told the truth. I feel like he could have been a little bit, you know, delivered that message a little bit more, you know, with a little bit more compassion. But he, you know, I feel like I said, I feel like he's checked out. Just after watching them go on this trip and just seeing how they interact, I don't know if they should stay married, because there's just no chemistry there. Like, I feel like they're cool. Like, they have a nice little friendship going on. But past that, it doesn't seem to be any fireworks. I mean, if they're willing to try to work past that, you know, I don't see anything wrong with that. But I feel like Jasmine is going to have to change her attitude if that's going to work, because I don't feel like anybody in this world would be okay with how she talks to him and how she just puts him on the spot with, like, all these different questions. To me, sometimes the questions are like, okay, I'm asking this question, it better be the answer I want to hear, or I'm gonna have an attitude. And nobody needs that sort of combative energy in their marriage, you know what I'm saying? So, now let's get to the moment we've all been waiting for, this Luke and Kate situation. We finally found out what the secret was, and whoo, y'all. I don't know how to act. I did not expect for that to be the secret. Like, I just thought the secret, oh my God, I did not expect for that to be the secret. In case y'all haven't seen, the secret was that they have been sleeping together ever since their honeymoon. And so now I don't know about y'all, but I'm extra concerned for Kate now, because it was one thing for her to be trying to make her marriage work just based off the fact that, you know what I'm saying, she signed up for this show maybe, or, you know, she's trying to be a good sport. She feels like she can make it work. But for him to be playing with her emotions using sex, that's another, y'all, it was bad enough, but it's almost getting sinister at this point. That took me aback so far that I'm just like, y'all need to snatch Kate out of that right now. I know this has been recorded already. This is probably months old. Snatch her out of, I just want to snatch her through the TV right now. Because for somebody to be playing with your emotions like that using sex, the reason why I say it's even more abusive is because he didn't want her to tell the experts. So why don't you want the experts to know? Because it's one thing not to want to tell the other couples or maybe even the general public, but when you have to tell the experts, because that is vital information. That is going to change the way they help y'all in your relationship. I mean, without this information, it is kind of making Kate look crazy. Once again, that's nothing to take lightly in my eyes, especially for women. We become attached. I know we all know a woman that cannot let a man go no matter how much he dogs her. She'll continue to have babies with him. She'll continue to take care of him. She'll continue to let him cheat and abuse her mentally. You know what I'm saying? We all have seen that. And a lot of times it's because of that sexual tie. And so I feel like that was so important to know, and the fact that Will was making her not say that, making her hold that secret. I mean, I can't imagine going through this whole situation. I feel crazy already, but I'm holding this secret of this guy that I don't even feel like cares about me, but be using me for sex. That's how I see it. Kate then tells Dr. Pepper, and Dr. Pepper lets her know, well, you're gonna have to tell Luke because, you know, y'all don't need to have secrets or whatever. And this causes Kate to feel like she's been disloyal when y'all have not built any trust. I don't see anything wrong with her telling that. I don't care if he did tell her not to. Y'all don't have any trust, therefore y'all don't have any loyalty. I don't care if y'all are married. He's not treating you like he should be trusted. So I don't blame her for doing that. I feel like she should have said it sooner. And so when she finally admitted to him that she told Dr. Pepper, he got so mad. Like, you could see it. He didn't let it show too much. He caught himself because he likes to have this certain persona on camera. Apparently, he goes into this real passive-aggressive attitude. That's not the first time you've done something like that. Basically bringing up the fact that she told the experts about him telling her that she repulsed him and make him feel dead inside. Like, who would not tell somebody about that? Like, who? It would make me leave you. All she did was tell the experts because she wanted some help. And then if that wasn't bad enough, when they get in the car ride home, he continues to try to push this narrative about her being a drunk. He's putting it all on her drinking, even though we've never seen Kate drunk or just, you know, falling over. He doesn't even want to discuss it on camera. He keeps looking at the camera because Luke wants to look a certain way to the public. Not only is he trying to convince Kate, he's trying to convince us too. That's what I see from that situation. He wants to have these conversations off camera so he don't look like the bad guy. But guess what, Luke? You're the villain of this season. You might as well let it all hang out. Let's get the truth finally. Because I'm tired of him acting like such a nice guy and joking around and being nice, sort of like what AJ is doing, but worse. Because it's like, why are you doing this? I'm so proud of Kate for not backing down, for not truly being apologetic for telling, because she knew it was important to tell. And for him to compare what she did to her drink, it was too much. He went too far, in my opinion, and in Kate's opinion too. She really was over it after that. She was so over it to the point where she had to check out. She couldn't leave, so she had to put in her earphones and turn her back to him in the car. It got that bad. And for me, I might have had to pull over and call one of the producers, come take me home. I can't with him. I would have been quit this situation, first of all. But in that car, if you talking to me as crazy as he was talking to her, I don't care if it was in a calm tone. It was very aggressive. So later on in that episode, they watched their wedding videos. And, you know, it's cute for the most part for the other couples. And Luke was trying to make it a cutesy, oh, look at me, oh. He was trying to make it a cutesy thing when they were watching. But Kate was literally stone-faced. But the only thing I could pay attention to was like the pain in her eyes, because I could tell with her watching that video, she was probably sitting there thinking about how happy she was to get married. She was attracted to Luke when she first saw him. She was so hopeful, and to be where she is right now and to watch that tape, I'm sure it was like a huge reality. Like, reality slapped her in the face watching that video, to where she couldn't even play along. She couldn't even laugh along. And, you know, especially after that argument they just had, she couldn't go along with it any further. Now I'm going to talk about the conspiracies that people had for what's going on with Luke and why he's doing this, why he's continuing on in this situation when he clearly doesn't want to be in it. The first thing people said, well, the first thing everybody was saying was that he's gay. And I can't say Luke is gay because I don't know. I don't know what that man does in his spare time. Like, everybody's saying, I don't understand why people are saying he's gay. Is it because he's not attracted to Kate? Or, like, I don't understand why people... Y'all gotta give me some reasons of why y'all think he's gay. No one ever said really why. They just was like, oh, he's gay and I know it. Like, how do you know that? Or why do you think that? Another conspiracy is that Luke is only doing this for the money, and supposedly you get $10,000 if you stay married through the whole process. To me, that one is plausible because, I mean, of course he would want to continue going. Even though he's clearly not satisfied with Kate, he would continue to try to make her think that in some ways. Maybe that's why he slept with her, to, you know, keep her, like, to keep her wanting to be with him. So I really don't know. I'm sure they probably do get paid for this show, but I don't know if they get like a lump sum of $10,000. Another one is that he's doing this all for publicity, and that, you know, whatever his business is, I don't know if it's like a speed dating thing, he's trying to get, you know, publicity for that. That's why he wants to stay on this show. Another conspiracy is that he likes black women. That's why he's not attracted to Kate. And somebody did send me a picture of him with this black lady that he was supposedly dating. And, you know, that could be true, but I still don't feel like he should treat Kate that way just because you like black women and you got matched up with a white woman. Should you truly, like, treat someone like a second-class citizen just because you typically go for a specific look? Like, I wouldn't, if that was the case for me and it meant that much to me, I wouldn't have went through with the marriage. Like, you could have stopped at any time and said, nah, I'm not gonna do this, but you decided to go through with it and marry her. And, you know, y'all, that could be it, but that's not enough of an explanation why he's treating Kate that way, to me. And then the last conspiracy is that Luke either had a girlfriend or he met somebody before the people called him back and let him know he was gonna be on the show, and so he told the girl that I'm gonna do this show because I want the money, publicity, or whatever, and I promise I won't fall in love with this girl, I won't sleep with her, yada yada. And, you know, he decided to go through with it even though he was committed to someone else, and that's why he wanted Kate to keep the fact that they slept together quiet, and that's why he got so mad when she did tell it. So to me, that's kind of like, I have no proof of that being so, but that could be it too. Like, you never know. And honestly, it could be a combination of 2 or 3 of these conspiracies, to be honest. We just have no idea. But yeah, I just wanted to let y'all know some things that were floating around in my comments. And I also want to talk in these comments too. And not just about Kate and Luke. Let's talk about all the couples and what y'all think. Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? Do you think any of the conspiracies are true? I would love to hear your opinion. Yeah, so I really don't have anybody else to talk to about this show. I don't know anybody else that watches it. So I'm so happy that so many people were receptive to that last video I made. If you would like to see more of these, also let me know down below. Leave a like. Let me know you liked it. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Peace.